YouTube family. Last time we parted ways, we were talking about which Kingdom Hearts game has the best plot, the best storyline, and ultimately, my criteria for that was how do I feel about the storyline while I'm playing the game? Do I feel fully immersed? When something happens to the characters, do I feel like, oh, I'm just playing through the game? Or do I generally have a connection to feel like I want to solve these problems because now I feel like I'm a part of what was going on? And that's how I pretty much looked at each and every one of the games that I was able to play or able to watch cutscenes on. And ultimately I came up with Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance having the best story, followed by Kingdom Hearts 1, and then Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and then Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, and then Kingdom Hearts 2. And Kingdom Hearts 2 was so low down there because I genuinely don't feel like I was just truly connected with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kingdom Hearts in its entirety is my absolute favorite series, and I love Kingdom Hearts 2 more than 95% of every other game that I've ever played. However, in terms of story, it just really didn't do it for me as far as, me feeling like, oh, I'm truly connected with this. I didn't feel like I was really a part of it. And I don't know. I don't know if maybe that was just me, because a lot of other people liked Kingdom Hearts 2 story a lot. But for me, a lot of the story, a lot of the stuff that I consider like what the fuck moments or crazy ass moments, a lot of things that may be considered an inconsistency, all of those things for me somehow or another come back to something that has happened in Kingdom Hearts 2 or something that was said in Kingdom Hearts 2. So that is my list as far as the best storyline, and as I've said before, Birth by Sleep was not considered in this because that is not a game that I have played, nor have I watched any cutscenes on it at all. So actually, of course, over the next couple of months I'm going to be updating both of these lists. But today what I want to talk about is which Kingdom Hearts had the best gameplay. Unfortunately, this time I'm going to have to exclude two of them because I've only watched a lot of the cutscenes for 358 over 2 days, and then as I said before, I haven't played Birth by Sleep. So right now I'm just ranking Kingdom Hearts 2, Dream Drop Distance, Kingdom Hearts 1, and Chain of Memories in this video. And in terms of combat, in terms of gameplay, this game made a jump from being at first at the bottom of the list to the top of the list. Kingdom Hearts 2 for me has the absolute best gameplay out of any of the other games. Based on some of the gameplay I've seen, Birth by Sleep might be jumping into that spot, but I don't think it's really gonna happen. I think the biggest part of Kingdom Hearts 2's fun gameplay is the dry forms. You have several different forms that you can go into, and they really change the entirety of how you play. It just adds another element to it. So you can now fight straight combat, use your regular keyblade, throw your combos together, get it, just really build your character to be just kind of a regular form guy who just has a lot of nice combos, or you can kind of be a guy who generally tries to use magic a lot, by souping up your guy to have more magic, more powerful magic, and then we have the dry forms, which each are kind of just centered on one thing. I know the Valor form is pretty much just all keyblade swinging. I think he swings his keyblade faster in that form than any other form. And then we have, of course, the Wisdom form, which is pretty much all magic. And then Master form, which is actually my personal favorite, which is a little bit of both. And that's my absolute favorite form of all of them. And then Final form, which is just crazy good. It's just extremely great form. My next favorite is Dream Drop Distance, and that's mainly because Dream Drop Distance had I feel like that flow motion really kind of changed the dynamic of the game. I wish that it would have been a little more I feel like it almost made the game a little bit too easy, especially when you're just fighting regular Dream Eaters. Of course, some of them are powerful enough to make it a challenge, but other than that, it was really easy to maneuver around them using the flow motion. I kind of wish that maybe they would have put some type of exhaust on there to where you pretty much just can't flow motion all day all the time without having any type of penalty, because it kind of made fighting regular Dream Eaters a little easy, especially since a lot of times you could just run straight towards someone and push, I don't know, I'm gonna call it square, but whatever button it is to the left of the 3DS, on the left side where square is on a regular PlayStation controller. I don't remember, and I'm not gonna look because I don't feel like it. But whatever that button is, as soon as you pushed it, you would just go straight into the enemy, swing them around, and throw them. And you pretty much didn't have to worry about that particular enemy anymore. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed playing that particular game, and I think flow motion did a whole lot more good than it did harm. But I felt like it made the game a little bit easier than some of the other ones. But all in all, that one comes up as number 2 on my favorite in terms of combat. So now we're going to talk about Kingdom Hearts 1. I really loved Kingdom Hearts 1. I feel like the summons were the best on Kingdom Hearts 1. A lot of the combos were fun to use, but pretty much everything was built. Everything you got in Kingdom Hearts 1, you pretty much got in every other game. And that's why Kingdom Hearts 1's combat system is kind of low down here, because you pretty much get everything you got in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, and in Dream Drop Distance. So in Dream Drop Distance, you didn't get the dry forms, so that's why Dream Drop Distance has its own uniqueness and gets a little bumped up a little higher. Kingdom Hearts 1 and Dream Drop Distance didn't have any dry forms, so Kingdom Hearts 2 pretty much gets a little bit higher on the list because of its own uniqueness. But other than that, Kingdom Hearts 1 pretty much just kind of it's just kind of the basicness of it. And last but not least, well, last and least, that's actually the definition of last, Chain of Memories. I just really didn't like the card shit, and that's really all I can say. I just really didn't like it. It was hard to use for me. So let me know what y'all think about the combats of these Kingdom Hearts games, and I will see y'all later.